Arjun moved like a phantom, always a step ahead. He had seen the rot, smelled it on the city's breath. Now he hunted the source, a name, a face. His investigation led him to the city's heart, a gilded cage of power and deceit. He infiltrated opulent parties, shadowed influential figures, each step revealing a deeper, more sinister web. The closer he got, the more he realized the enemy was not a who, but a what. An insidious system, deeply entrenched, its tendrils wrapped around every facet of life. Arjun had always trusted few. One was Kumar, his confidant, his brother-in-arms. Kumar, who knew his past, his pain. A coded message, an anonymous tip. It led Arjun to a warehouse. Rain lashed the corrugated roof. Inside, a flickering lamp illuminated Kumar, and a figure bound and gagged. Arjun. Kumar's voice, devoid of warmth. The figure on the floor, his blood ran cold. It was the informant he had sworn to protect. Betrayal cut deeper than any blade. The face of his enemy remained shrouded, but Kumar's betrayal had shaken Arjun. Had he been a pawn all along? Was his quest for justice a carefully orchestrated play? Sleep offered no escape. Nightmares plagued him, whispers of his past, his failures. He saw his family victims of his own blindness. Doubt was an insidious poison. It seeped into his resolve, threatened to extinguish the fire that burned within. He had to fight for himself, for the truth. The final confrontation. A derelict factory, a storm raging outside, mirroring the tempest within Arjun. He stood before the mastermind, not a shadowy figure, but a pillar of society, his smile a grotesque mockery. You played your part well, Arjun. The words dripped with honeyed venom. The revelation ignited a firestorm of rage. Arjun moved with lethal precision, a whirlwind of fury and controlled violence, each blow an echo of his pain, his betrayal. The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of cordite and sweat. The mastermind lay still. Justice, it seemed, had a hefty price. Arjun stood amidst the wreckage, his body aching, his spirit wearier. He had won, but victory felt hollow. He had stared into the abyss, and it had changed him. He looked down at the man who had orchestrated his family's downfall, the man who had used him, betrayed him. There was no satisfaction, only a weary understanding. News of the takedown spread like wildfire. The city, for so long shrouded in fear, dared to breathe. Arjun, the lone warrior, had become a symbol of hope. He walked away from the city, leaving behind the ghosts of the past. The journey had been arduous, marked by loss and betrayal, but it had also brought him face to face with his own demons. The rising sun painted the sky in hues of gold and crimson, a promise of a new dawn. Arjun walked on, carrying the scars of battle and the wisdom of experience. He had found his peace. The fight for justice never truly ends, but sometimes, just sometimes, it brings redemption.